guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I have made like a little pocket TN journal, and this is, I've made this to take away with me to pop some little notes and bits and pieces in. So I thought I'd make one with you today because I made this one, but then I went and found some lovely velvet, which I thought I might like that a little bit better. So I'm going to make another one and show you. I'm going to make it out of velvet, but I've made this one and I am loving it. So I'm going to show you how to make these lovely little notebooks and also the cover. Now it's a nice soft cover, fabric cover, and it's super simple because that's what we like to do. I've got 3 little notepads in there. And it's just perfect for little notes and things while I'm away. I can just jot down little inspirational things that I can do for next year as well. So loving it. This one's just made out of a little bit of denim. It was an old trouser leg, denim trousers that I cut off in the summer to make some shorts. So there we go. I thought I'd put it to good use and make a little journal. So there's a staple there. We're going to need some staples, so I'm going to pop that just over to the side. I've made 2 little journals, 2 little notebooks I mean, and I'm going to show you how easy they are to do, to make. And I've just filled them with some cheap paper, little printer paper. So this is just like 80 GSM paper, and I just wanted it just to, obviously you can put in whatever paper you like. If you want to use them for watercolouring and things like that, just pop in some watercolour paper. But these ones I just wanted to pop in some cheap stuff that I can just write on. These also make really lovely gifts for people as well. So if you want like a little stocking stuffer, you could make a couple of these little notepads, tie them together with a little bit of ribbon and pop them in little stockings, so it's a nice little extra gift. Now I've just used some of my papers from my digital kits. There's the autumn kits, we've got all sorts of things. I'll pop the name of some of the kits under the video, and we do have a Black Friday sale on today. Okay. So we have 40% off in the shop, so go and have a little nosy and see if there's anything in there that you fancy. Now the first thing I did was make the little pages to go in there. Now this book is 4 by 6. I'm not quite sure, I think it's sort of like the pocket size TN, but the reason I did it that size is because I'm using, this paper is just A4 paper and I've just cut it in half, and that's the size it came to. I didn't want any waste on the inside paper pieces. So all I've done, I just took some white paper and cut it in half, and then each half I am just folding like this to make my inserts. So, and I put 10 pieces in each, so that means that we get 20 pages. Gosh, that was difficult, wasn't it? So I'm going to just fold some more of these, really simple, like that. And again, you don't have to use this, you can use you know, your scrap papers, but I just want these to go in there because I'm going to give away some of these as well for little Christmas gifts as well. Now I've got 2 like this, so I'm gonna, now I have rounded the edges on these, and I did round the edge on my other one, but I'm going to keep these ones like this, I think, because I quite like that, but we shall see. I might change it. The pieces of paper that I've cut are the same size as half a piece of this, obviously. So that is the height of it is 5 7/8 of an inch, and then I've got 8 inches across, so it's 5 7/8 of an inch in depth and 8 inches across. So obviously when we fold it in half, we've got almost sort of like a 4 by 6, so it's just slightly under 6, like that. So super simple. And I've just got lots of different ones. I'm going to end up making lots and lots of these, I think, because I want to use up these papers, and then they are, as I said, they are great gifts to give people, and I think that would make a lovely one, wouldn't it? So that is the paper. I've got it all sort of like ready to go. Now I'm just mixing up different papers in there because I think that looks really nice. And what I'm going to do, I've taken this, folded it in half. I haven't put anything on the inside. I think if I had different colour papers, like coffee stain papers, I think I would probably print on this as well. But because they're just white papers in there, I think it looks perfectly fine. So I'm going to take 10 pieces of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Pop those to the side. So we've got 10. And again, pop in however many you would like to put in there. It doesn't really matter. But I think it's just perfect. So look at that. That just fits lovely. And I'm going to just cut that down with my knife in a minute. But the first thing I'm going to do is staple this together. Now, I've got my big stapler. So just tap it down so they're nice and level. Open this out. Now we want to make sure that we are level in there. I'm just going to take my big stapler and just staple the middle like that. Staple that down, and hopefully that's sort of in the middle. That's fine. Pop that down this end and pop that in. So we've just stapled it through and we just fold that up. So can't get much easier than that, can we, for a little notebook. Now I'm going to take my little cutting mat. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to take my ruler. And I'm going to make sure this is flattened down. I'm going to pop that right to the edge. I'm going to stand up for this. And then I'm just going to, just lightly, don't try and do it all in one go. Just cut those little extra pieces off. There we go. So we've got those little, and that gives you a really lovely flat edge. Now I've got a little bit poking out at the top. So I am just going to snip that off, or cut that off. Just do it nice and gently. You don't have to try and take it all off in one go. I think that's about right. There we go. Look how neat and tidy that is. Isn't that lovely? Now if you wanted to, I've got a piece saying that's neat and tidy. I've got a little piece there. There we go. If you wanted to round the corners of them, just get your little corner punch, and it's best to do it when you've actually made your little journal, and just go through, you know, 3 or 4 of the papers and just round the edges. So there we go. We have 3 beautiful journals there. So that, not journals, notebooks. So let me just pop that away. Pop my little bits in the bin so they don't go all over the floor. I'm going to just pop those. Right, what I have done, I've actually cut the fabric out already because this velvet is off an old cushion cover that I've used a lot of this stuff in previous stuff. It's quite old, but look at that. Oh, just beautiful, isn't it? Now I've already cut it because it does fray and it was really quite difficult to cut to size. Now I'm going to pop that this way round. I have got a bit of interfacing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop to my ironing board and I'm just going to iron that on like that. And in the middle of this, I'm going to take an extra piece and just iron that down through the middle because I just want that to be a little bit thicker. I might actually do 2 because this is a little bit thinner than actually the denim on here, because that's a little bit thicker. So I just don't want this to wrinkle too much, so I might actually just pop 2 of those in. So I'm just going to nip to the sewing machine. No, I'm not. To the iron. It's normally the sewing machine. Iron that on so it sticks, and then I will come back and I've got some lovely polka dot to pop on the inside like that, but we will stick that one in a minute. So I'm just going to pop to the sewing machine, and not the sewing machine, the iron, and iron this on. So 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. I've just done a double one in the middle, so that's just a little bit harder. It will bend around, but I just want to put those bits in for the little eyelets for when we pop in the elastic. So that's that bit. We've got to be so careful with this because it does fray quite a lot. Now I'm going to use some fabric glue to pop this on like that. So that's going to be the inside. Now I've let it poke out just a little bit, so I don't mind if this sort of like looks scruffy and frays a little bit, because it's not going to be the neatest one, but I just want it to look a little bit, you know, shabby. Now at this point, or before you put this on, you can sew anything you want onto this. So if you want to add little embellishment bits and things like that, bits of lace and stuff, I would do that first, and then stick that on. But I'm just going to leave this one quite plain, so it doesn't sort of like get caught in my bag with anything. So I'm just popping some fabric glue on here, and then I will spread that out. Let's just pop this on. This doesn't come out the easiest. And then I'm just going to get my little Amazon card and just spread this about a little bit better so we don't get clumps. Now, where is my, there we go. Here it is. Let's just spread this down. Now you can get the other one, which is the double-sided fusible, can't you? Can't remember which one I was using, which you can just take the backing off this and iron it on, and you can, it's sticky on both sides. Heat and bond, that's what I was thinking of, the heat and bond one. You could use that as well. So let's just add a little bit more. But this fabric glue is going to be fine for this. Let's see. Oops, gosh. Got all the little bits of fluff everywhere. The velvet is very fluffy. So let's just stick that down. Like that. Perfect. So the little bits that come out are going to sort of like fray. But what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to pop, now I'm going to pop to the sewing machine, and I'm going to sew all the way around the edge. Now I'm going to sew around with a zigzag stitch, because as you can see, this does fray quite a lot. And if I didn't sew around it, we would end up with not a lot left. Oh, I won't pull it because I will end up making a big mess. So there we go. So 2 seconds, and I'm just going to sew around the outside. Okay, perfect. Love it. Now I did go around the edge twice with the zigzag stitch because I was quite close to the edge on some bits. So I've just gone around it twice, but I just think it looks really lovely. It looks very shabby, and I'm loving the little polka dots inside. So I'm hoping this won't sort of like all come undone. Just taking the little cottony bits off. Okay, let's just trim that little bit off. Fabulous, look at that, isn't that just lovely? Now that bit you can see where I've added, it's almost given it a nice little spine, where I've added the 2 extra bits of the interfacing on there. God, sounded like a robot then, didn't I? Tried to think and talk. It wasn't quite working then, was it? Right. I think I'm going to be cutting little straggly bits off. Okay guys, there we go. I'm not going to fiddle with it anymore. Oh, I love it. Love, love, love. And then these little ones are just going to fit in there absolutely perfect. Look at that. Oh, lovely. Right, now what we have to do, I'm going to just fold this in half like that, just so we've got a halfway piece there. And I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm going to take a pencil. Do you think that we'll see that? And I'm going to just do a mark. So this is the middle bit. I'm going to mark there, and I'm going to mark there. And then again on the bottom, I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm going to mark there, and I'm going to mark there. Now again, you can measure it. So that just fits. So it's at the top of your piece of your little notepad. So when you put the elastic in, you know it's just going to go around the top and the bottom really nicely. So we're going to have 2 holes, and we also want a hole in the middle. So I'm just going to bend this actually in half. Okay, so that's the middle here. So we want sort of, does that look straight? So we want 1. It doesn't look very straight, does it? Does that look straight like that? Oh, I don't know, it does. So I'm going to put 1 right there, because that's where we want the hole in the middle for this bit. So if you've not made one before, we need the 2 holes at the top, 2 at the bottom, and 1 in the middle, so we can have our little closure on this one. And then what we are going to use, I'm going to use my crocodile. Now I don't have a big one, you know, the table ones with it are a lot bigger. So I've got my little silent setter. Now this I've had for so many years, and it's just like a little eyelet setter where I can make a little hole in. So I'm going to do that first. Now I don't want to ruin this. I'm going to pop that little bit underneath. I'm going to take my biggest little cutter, and I think I might have to stand up. I'm going to try and just make a little hole in here. Oops. Pop that in there. I'm going to just twist. You probably can't see what I'm doing very well, but I could use one. I've got another one where I can hammer, but I don't really want to hammer. There we go. Look at that. That's cut a lovely little hole in there. This doesn't let me down. I love this little setter. Now I'm going to need that. What colour? That's the thing. What colour little thingamajiggies shall we put in there? I didn't think about that. I've got some little pink ones in here. I think these are going to be better, aren't they? You don't want the black and dark ones. Now, I'm thinking I have got black and I have got silver elastic. Now, I think I'm going to have to go for the nice shiny silver, aren't I? And not the black. We shall see. Not sure whether that's going to hold it enough, because I've run out of white. I've only got a little bit of white left, and that's not going to be enough, but I don't think this is going to be thick enough. But I might try it because it's elastic and it will come out. I can always take it out and put the black in if it doesn't work, can't I? So let's pop little pink ones. That's what we'll do. We've got enough. I think these are a little bit muddled up, aren't they? Bright, oh, I've got bright pink ones. Well, that's quite nice. Do I have 5 though? Don't think I have. And I got this colour. Or maybe we'll go for the darker ones. Oh, decisions. Let's take this one. Oh, little white one went flying across there. So I need 5. Let's go for those. They're a nice dark colour, aren't they? Right. I'm going to put 1 in there. Oh, what did I do with it? Turn that over. pop this in there. I'm going to stand up again. So I just need to pop that in there and squeeze that down. Give it a little wiggle. There we go. There we go. So that's our middle one. Right, we don't need this now because we've used that. We can use our crocodile now. Pop that to the side. Let's just open this up. We will make a little hole here. Like that. I'm not worried if it doesn't cut it out completely because I'll use my scissors. One there. This way. Take the little bits out. There we go. Do one this side. Oops. And then one there. That sort of looks straight, doesn't it? Let's cut these little bits off. Whoops. That's okay. Now I'm going to notch these off. Let's put that through like that. Squeeze it down. Let's make sure we are going around the right way. Squeeze that down. Now I'm going to have to see if I can get some little eyelets when I'm in England, because they're really difficult to get here. I don't really have the best ones on Amazon because they keep sort of like chopping and changing, don't they? So I'm going to have to see if I can find somewhere. If I can get some. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Oh, I am loving this. Feels so soft. Okay, that's that done. That's that done. We are going to, I am going to use this. I'm going to go through the top one. Like that. Because we just, and back through this one. Like that. So then we've just got that little silver bit at the top. And then I'm going to bring it down. Go through this one. Up through that one. And then we just want to tie this in a knot. Like that. Just tie that together. So this will, once the books are in there, so little notebooks, they'll be fine. So we just got to make sure that this is going to be enough. Like that. Let's just chop that off. Let's just see. So we open up the middle and pop that in like that. Can you see? So now it doesn't bend it, it holds that quite straight. God, this is going to be lovely. Probably get quite a few more books in this actually. Little notebooks. So let's just take that out. I need to, what I'm going to do, I need another one because we're putting 3 books in here. So we need another one to go around here. Oops, where did I ping the end? We need like another elastic band. So we are going to tie it here. Like that. Measure it. I didn't really measure that very well, did I? Tie that in a knot. Oops. What do you think? What's that like? That's okay. That's good. Cut that off because that's what we'll pop round one of these. I'm not quite sure which one. And we need the middle one. We need one to go in the middle, but first of all I'm going to pop these in because I need to measure that because it might actually be the same size as what I've just made. Pop that one in there like that. Do you think this would fit. Oops. It could be smaller than that. It needs to be smaller than this. So let's do that up. What do you reckon? Needs to have a couple of knots in this, because what I should have done really is put a smaller eyelet in the middle, because we need quite a bigger. That's better. There we go. I'm going to chop that off. We did a nice big knot because we don't want it to come through the eyelet. Oops. Let's put that on there. I'll tie one more little knot in there if I can. Thicker elastic will be better. If you've got a thicker one, it should be better. Okay, let's see. Right, taking these back out again. I think these are just fab. I forgot about these actually. When I was thinking about what I need to take with me, I just wanted a nice new little sort of notebooky thing. And I thought I would make one of these. Oh gosh, not that I can poke it through. Will that poke through? There we go. Can you see? So you need that knot to be quite big so it doesn't pull itself through. Just cut those ends off. Might need to put another knot in there. We shall see. Which one shall we have on the front? Shall we have the blue? This one is lovely, isn't it? We're going to pop that one in. So the two bits of elastic, you have one for that little booklet, and then you have one for that little booklet. And then if you want to add in another one, this is what this little piece of elastic's for. I'm going to put this through halfway of the book. Oh my gosh, if I can. Like that. Okay, so that's on that. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to pop it round this, the back book. So that goes in there and over that. So that just sits in the middle then, like that. So then we've got three little notebooks in there. This is the piece that we put in the middle, and that just goes round the outside like that. Oh, I love it. I think it just needs a little bit of a use, do you know what I mean, to get it all nice and soft. But then you open that up and then you've got your little journals. Now again, you can pop little pockets in these bits if you want to. It's entirely up to you. But if you haven't made one, they are great. A really nice thing to make as well, isn't it? But super simple once you know how. Everything's super simple once you know how, isn't it? But I'm glad I went around this twice. If it's your first time doing that, don't use velvet because it's a bit of a nightmare to sew like this. Take these pieces off, but loving it. Look at that, guys. Don't you think that's lovely? And that will go into my bag. Ooh. Which one shall I take with me? Oh, look, that one looks a little bit bigger, doesn't it? Oh, I think I made this slightly bigger because I wasn't quite sure how much fraying that was going to have. But again, we can pop in probably a couple more little journals, couldn't we? Could put another one in there. Little bits of elastic. Oh, I love them. I think it's lovely. So there we go, guys. I hope you're going to give that a go. Super simple. My word is super simple at the moment, isn't it? I say that all the time, but it really is. So I have two, and that is just made with little notepads, which wherever I put the rest of them, I don't know. I put them away somewhere. So just make yourself some little notepads. These, what did I say they were? This was 5 7/8 of an inch, and then 8 inches across this way. And these ones I've just rounded the corners, and then I put in 10 half A4 sheets in there. So you can, that one hasn't got rounded ones, but this one has. I do like the rounded though, don't you? Maybe I will have to round those off, but loving them. Love, love, love. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fab rest of the day. Let me know if you're going to make one. I'd love to see a picture of it in the Facebook group as well. And don't forget, we have a Black Friday sale on in our Etsy shop, which we have 40% discount on all our digital kits. So there we go, guys. Well, take care. Have a lovely, lovely rest of the day. Stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.